callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me and you.
Oh, yes, indeed. There is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9, and 103.9. And we're going to just adjust the knobs here to just lower the volume that I've got going on. And good to have everyone joining us here on this Wednesday night. It is a perfect time, and right around, well, in just a little bit, Mars, the planet of war, is going retrograde. So what does that mean? Oh, going to be a whole bunch of stuff being stirred up. And we want to say to everyone who's enduring some difficult times during these particularly turbulent times in the world, we send you much love and light. And we send much love to our friends in California and Oregon who are battling the fires. I know some people personally who are being evacuated. So we want to send you our prayers, our healing, and we pray your homes and your belongings remain safe, and most of all, that you remain safe through these very difficult times. Times are changing here in the world, and we really need some guidance. So I thought, hey, we need to talk to heaven. We need to make sure we know what's going on in the world, but from a heavenly power, a heavenly source. We need to feel the energy of connection. We need to know that we are ever guided. Because this is a time where I guess we have to put our big boy pants on or big girl pants on and get ready for life. It's time to buckle up and wind up this 2020. Yes, we're talking about winding it up. Can't wrap it up fast enough, if you ask me. It's time to wrap it up and really glean from the experiences what we need to learn, what we need to know, how we need to center ourselves, and what we need to do to regroup, recalibrate, restructure our lives. I'm sure many of us have been thrown for a loop. I was just talking earlier how, it's difficult when you have commercial space and you have to pay your rent or your mortgage, and you've got a business. And for those of you whose jobs were shut down for a period of time, maybe you didn't get paid for a length of time. And there was, at least here in South Florida, that wonderful unemployment experience. So for those of you who navigated all of that and wanted to pull out your last hair, probably were borderline bald after this experience, you have to take a breath and say, wow, okay, I made it through, or I hope I make it through. But how can you shift what you draw forth to you? How can you get the guidance and the understanding and the love from the angels and your guides? That's what we want to know tonight, because truly we're not alone. We get a sense of that from time to time. But in these turbulent times, I don't know. Sometimes we get so caught up in what's going on around us, from the riots, the Me Too movements, the Black Lives Matter. There's just been so much that we have been facing this year as far as injustices and things that need to change. And, well, let's not even talk about elections. So it's just, well, it's an interesting show. So how do you know what's right for you? And what can you do to assure that yourself and your family are well? And what changes do you have to make you feel good? You see, this is a time of great change upon the world, but if we as humans don't change how we live our life, if we don't make the adjustments, if we don't know what we need to know and learn what we need to learn, well, where are we going to be 5 years from now? And I'm not just talking globally. I'm not just talking about our country or other countries. I'm talking about you personally. You personally have this opportunity to go within and really take a look at what you want to change. We're closing out a pattern of life. For those of you who were born in a time where you had a significant change, since 1983, we are clearing out the energy from 83 to now. That's a lot of time. Where were you in 1983? How old were you, and what did you need to learn from this period of time? We're truly closing this chapter. And in closing this chapter, which, I don't know if I do the math really quick, it feels like it's about, 37, 47 years. I don't know, someone do the math for me, but it's a bit of time. And when you look at this energy and you say, what can I shift for myself, and how can I redirect what my thoughts are and my energy is, and what do I desire to create from this experience. So for many of you, so you don't get caught off guard. I think we were complacent. We felt that the world was going to stay the same. And we were just riding the waves of one experience to another. And of course, sometimes our little wave hit a rock and we had to repair our lifeboats and move back out into sea. But we've been going, and we took so many things for granted in the process. And I keep hearing in my head, bigger, better, more. And, I remember when my grandparents bought their house, they said to me, we bought our house, we paid cash. And so otherwise they wouldn't have bought a house. So they saved their money, whatever that would have been back in the day, in I don't even know what year that would have been, but let's say the late 40s, early 50s, and Fort Lee, New Jersey, they bought a house. And how did they manage that? What did they do? But they felt that they didn't do or buy anything that they couldn't afford, that they didn't have the funds for. And it was this whole experience of being prepared for anything. And they bought what they could handle for their life. And somewhere along the line, we've kind of been taught that we can reach for the stars and then work our way up and be the little rat on the maze and just keep running and running and running and going in circles, and just to catch up and to be on time with things and to cover our expenses. But maybe the expenses, what we've learned here, outweigh what we're capable of doing, because life is full of surprises, and we want to see how we can make a shift, how we can make this change, and how we can simplify life. Because right now life is going to be about the simple things. What can we do as a simple person in our life? What can we enjoy? What can we reap from this experience that is going to put us on a better path, an easier path? And what do you have to do to recalibrate, to set yourself up in a better way so that you are prepared for something else that comes unexpected? We talk about in life how life can throw you a curveball. Maybe there's a financial issue because we lose our job, or maybe there's a health crisis that kind of sets us back. And, that always catches us by surprise, but that's something that we think could happen maybe, but we don't really plan for it. Well, we couldn't have planned for this, could we? But now that we've experienced it, and that doesn't mean that this will happen again, but what else could happen that might let us move forward? And what else would let us shift and change? How can we move ourselves forward to what we want to create next? Because if you look at life and how life throws us these curveballs, what else could come that we may want to have our angels and guides assist us with? But how do you prepare yourself for that? We couldn't prepare for this, but now that we've experienced this, how can we tune up and trust the guidance? How can we be more in tune with what's the right thing to do, not just because that's what we want to do or we push to do? Because very often we push to make things happen in this world. High-paced, highly competitive, we push to get it done. So what can we do? We can go inside and we can seek the guidance. And do know that our loved ones have prepared the way for us. They were our teachers and our mentors, and they also set down a pattern of behavior that also gave us some of our limited beliefs and our thoughts of maybe not being good enough or not being able to be wealthy beyond measure, because maybe we have a limited belief as to how much abundance we can have in this world and how we can generate abundance. Abundance flows with ease and grace to those who have open arms and are in receptivity, knowing that it can come through many forms in many ways. And we don't anticipate it because we just have a knowing that it will show up at exactly the perfect moment. We just know that it's coming. There's no excitement, there's no anticipation, there's just a knowing. There's a simple, calm knowing that all will be provided. And for those of you navigating these difficult times this year, which has basically been the whole entire year, think about how you did make it through. And if coming into this, I were to tell you, or someone said, oh, wait a minute, you'll be on lockdown for a few months and you may not have a job, we would have all been freaking out. We would have all been in this energy of panic. But it came and we managed. And we're still managing. And some a little more easily than others, yes. And for some of you, you have yourself still in a bit of a predicament. But we're going to trust. We're going to trust that the angels are our guides. We're going to trust that we have the power to do anything and that life is going to unfold in divine perfection when we are open and receptive to it. And of course, we are going to pray. We are going to ask that whatever needs to be redesigned in this experience gets done quickly so that we can have a better sense of feeling safe and cared for and knowing that we can overcome this difficult time. So we're going to tune up to the heavens tonight. We're talking to your angels, we're talking to your guides. Might hear from a loved one. We are here to talk to you and navigate this experience together, just you and I, heart to heart, soul to soul. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 103.9. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go right to the phone lines. And we're going to pop onto Facebook. We've got our friends on Facebook. We've got our friends on YouTube. Got some friends on Periscope. We're all across social media talking to you, connecting with all of you. And I want to hear, what are your questions? Leave them in the feed. And those of you on the phone line, just know that we are looking forward to talk to you. Stay with us, everyone. Do not go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Yoga and Wellness Studios in West Palm Beach offers classes for beginners to experts. Yoga aligns you with your inner peace, balances your energy, reduces stress, and promotes a sense of well-being. Yoga and Wellness is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. Learn more at omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Mention Sarah Spiritual and save 50% on your first class. Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me.
And we are back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 96.9, 103.9, 95.3, and 1470 AM. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. And we're really excited to connect with you, and we're very excited to talk to you right here live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Be sure to pop your question right into the feed. And we're going to go to the phone lines. I've got Denise in Pembroke Pines. Denise, how are you tonight?
Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great, Denise. And how can we assist you tonight?
So I was wondering if the guy you were saying that I might meet at the end of the year, if the swing still exists. I know you said that popped up.
Yes, that there is someone coming for you at the end of the year. Yes.
Okay.
There is an opportunity, and so it's not for you to wait or be in concern of that, because there is something coming. It's just a matter of getting into a position of receptivity for it so that you can attract someone who is a good partner for you, and you are still in the healing process. And
Okay.
it's not easy to just move on from all those years to spend with one individual, yes?
Yeah.
So I know that there is an emptiness and a loneliness that we are looking to fill for the company point of view, but it is good to heal the heart so that the heart is open and receptive to receive the new love, the new personality, the new connection, and begin a different aspects of life. It'll never be the
Okay.
same as what you had. It is just a difference for you.
Okay.
And this is a time for you to shine, Denise. So step into your personal power.
Okay.
And my spirit guides say, stretch your stuff, honey.
All right, I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
All right. Bye.
888-565-1470. We are talking to the heavens. We're talking to you and answering your questions. And we're going to go right back to the phone lines. I've got Boynton Beach. I've got Raquel on the line. Raquel, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Raquel. Is this the first time we've talked or we've talked before?
We've talked before, and I've been listening to you for a few years, and
Wonderful.
I just have a few questions.
Okay, Raquel, give us your burning question. What's the most important question you want to ask tonight?
My main thing right now is my relationship that I have with this man. Now, I don't know. It seemed to go so well about 8 months ago, and now it seems like it's not going absolutely anywhere.
And what is his birthday, please?
It's August 18th, 1975.
Well, here I see someone who's not really ready to put the energy into having a long-term relationship. I know he might have sent you a different message in the beginning, but I see here someone who is really just kind of got a wall up at this time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And when I look
Wow.
at this energy, the wall came up, and I'm going to kind of go back. I need to go back about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Let me place you in the beginning of August, but they are telling me something about 4th of July weekend. So I don't know if things shifted and changed around the 4th of July, and then about 6 weeks ago you felt a bigger disconnect from him.
Yes.
But I feel
Very
this wall here, and I feel as if he felt like you, I'm going to say it as they say it to me, expected too much.
Oh, probably.
So I don't know if you were asking him to be accountable or be consistent in something, and that just seemed like too much trouble for him. So that tells me that that's someone who's not ready for a full-time, full-fledged, connected partnership that is about commitment. That's someone who is interested in you, connected to you, has fun with you, but isn't really going to want to take it too seriously right now. To them, it's too soon. And you're looking at your watch going, my life, I have my life, and this is my time, and I want to know, am I wasting my time, or is this going to go somewhere?
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to know.
I know. And so no one can tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you this.
Yes.
At this moment in time, this is such a great time for you to be in this connective energy. There are so many new networking connections that are going to come for you from now till the next birthday that you have. That why should you keep yourself on lockdown? For someone who's not showing up and meeting you at least halfway or even a quarter of the way. So that makes me think. Let's go back to my monologue. In the monologue, we were talking about sometimes we need to make some changes, and we don't want to get caught with our pants down again. We don't want to have any more surprises. We want to follow the prompting so we don't get ourselves backed into a corner. And I'm feeling like, Raquel, there's a pattern of relationships that you've had where things just start and then they go flat to you. Yes?
Yes, very much so.
So we want to shift that. We want to make that shift and change. And Raquel, when I look at the memories of childhood, whatever is a disconnect there, and I do hope you go to my website and read about soul integration, because you're attracting people who are not available for you on the depth and the intimate level that you would like them to be. They're emotionally kind of void in some fashion. And because of that, you are finding that you get this fear and this anxiety, and you almost feel like you're feeling needy or out of sorts, or almost feeling like you're chasing them. And that's not what you mean to do, but you need to know where you stand. And the little girl, little Raquel, who doesn't really know what's happening is, but if I could just make someone who's not available convinced that they love me, then I'll be good. But it's not about that. It's about you standing in your female power. But the little girl doesn't know that. So we need to comfort her and find a way to work with her. And that's what the soul integration will do. But here's a man who's proud. Ain't nobody going to tell him what to do. So he's strong. He's compassionate. He's passionate. He's a wonderful person. Kind of reads like the mayor. Kind of feel like he knows a lot of people, talks to a lot of people. I feel like he has this inner side, though, that he just has a resistance to locking down. And that tells you that he's not looking for the same thing at this time. And since we've learned that time is precious during this pandemic, oh, Lord, is it precious? We are not wasting our time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Oh.
So take a step back. Let him sit in the wall that he has built and be open to other possibilities.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, my Sarah.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So
Thank you so
accurate.
much for listening to the show. I greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Okay.
Bye.
Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Stay well. 888-565-1470. We're going to go right back to the phone lines in just a minute because I got to go to Facebook. I have to see what's going on Facebook. We got some questions. We got some chatter going on there. Let's see who we've got. We've got Iris. Iris, how you doing? Good to see you here back on the Facebook feed. When do I see her and another person meeting? Let me take a look at that. I always love my UK friends when they do the birthday the opposite way than we're used to. And then, you know, you and your UK friend, I feel like this connection needs about 3 to 6 weeks to happen for you. I don't feel, Iris, that something's lined up yet. I don't know what's holding it back. Don't know if it's the state of affairs in the world or it's just something personal. But I would look for this to come in about 3 to 6 weeks. And that puts us in the spot of Mercury retrograde. So if I were you, I might want to wait till November if you can, or get yourselves seeing each other before the end of September so that we are not meeting for the first time in person with the Mercury retrograde. We don't need all of that action. Thank you, Iris, for your Facebook question. Keep us posted. Bye for now. Who else do we have right here on our Facebook page? Nesh Donaldson. Nesh Donaldson says, I'm working on getting a divorce and keep encountering roadblocks. What do I need to do to get this finally over with? And when will it all happen, right? Well, you're encountering roadblocks because I feel like there's quite a bit to sew up and clean up here. And I also feel like the partner that we are stepping away from is not making it easy for you in any way, shape, or form. And some of the other roadblocks may consist in the calendar of the courts and how they're handling things and the availability of people. Everything seems to have been pushed back because of resources and the ability to move forward on the behind the scenes, which would be in the legal system. So, Nash Donaldson, there's quite a bit to overcome. Now, I'm going to put you into, I know you're thinking maybe by the end of 2020, it would be really good to clean up some stuff. I don't know if we're going to get done by the end of 2020. February opens up the time where things begin to move in the direction of completion, possibly completion by the end of February, but this remains to be seen. So you've got about 4 to 6 more months before you really feel the movement of this close, of this experience. So patience is key here, Nash Donaldson. And in your mind, you're already divorced. In your mind, you're ready to be free. So just let the papers take care of themselves and trust that it's all going to come together in perfect time. Thank you so much, Nash Donaldson, for your Facebook question. And now we're going to go right back to the phone lines. Whew, I got to go to Brianna. She's in Pittsburgh. Let's see what's going on in Pittsburgh. Brianna, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Brianna, what's your question for us tonight?
I wanted to put it to my girlfriend, but I was wondering when's the best time to do it and how to follow through with it and how to do it the best.
Well, this is a new relationship. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's look at October and say we're not doing anything in October. Let's not start anything. Okay. Like, hello?
Yes.
It's not a good time for that. Oh, Lord, that'll be a train wreck. So when I move you, I look at November as a possibility, but I also say that Mars, the planet of war, is retrograde through December. So that's not pretty. I would definitely wait till the very end of the year, if not the beginning of the year, before Mercury goes retrograde again.
That's what I was thinking about doing it in the year.
Yeah. And I want you to think about this as well. Relationship is a little new.
Right.
So even though a proposal is not necessarily a marriage, we do want to be sure that we know what we're doing and we're doing it for all the right reasons and everybody's on the same page. Yes?
Right.
So if you feel so inclined, oh, I love my little romantic spirit guides. They're like, we could put together a little promise agreement, a little promise ring, a little something.
Okay.
That is just like that, kind of like a hashtag, I really dig you.
Okay.
Okay? Do something fun and romantic now and surprise her when she least expects it.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah.
I'm so glad everything's coming together for you. And Brianna, if you'd be so kind, you went through some things, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And how does it feel to come out the other side? Let's give our listeners just a little bit of hope for their stories.
Okay.
How does it feel to come on the outside of where you've been before? Because you've battled quite a bit.
Yeah, it's humbling. Very grateful. Gives me hope about in the future always. I know that, I always will land on my feet. The divine will always catch us when we're guided to take that leap of faith throughout our times in our life, and we're always protected, and that it loves us. So,
Absolutely. Very well said, Brianna. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you, and I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you. Bye for now. Bye.
All right, bye.
888-565-1470. I've got to go right back to the phone lines, and I've got Stephanie, and Stephanie is in West Palm Beach. Stephanie, how you doing?
Hey, Sarah. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, Stephanie. And what's your question?
I would love some insight in my crazy love life.
Is there a birthday you want to give me, please?
No, there's no one specific. I mean...
There's a few.
There's...
All righty.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the revolving door of undercover lovers. Okay. But I don't know that you're as ready for the relationship that you desire as of yet. And I see the hesitancy of you jumping all in at this moment. Is that true?
Mhm.
And you're just learning to love yourself, Stephanie. And this is a time to go love window shopping. And that's what you're doing. Don't be in a hurry to buckle up and kind of say, this is where I am and this is what I'm doing. Because you're learning about yourself as well as learning is what's comfortable for you and what allows you to be and sustain you. Because you've lost yourself in your past 2 relationships before this. And you don't want to lose yourself again. You want to know exactly who you are and be able to hold, I don't like this phrase, but my spirit guides are saying healthy boundaries. You want to hold those healthy boundaries for yourself. And an old love is trying to pop back up as well. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
And that has me, because I see a lot of shit made, and it has me like, I don't want to go back in and then deal with the same thing.
Okay, well, that is the definition of insanity. And you did go back in, and we did experience that. And as much as they try, they still are inherently who they are. And it's not the vibrational match for you. And I'm going to spin you back. And if I may, when I go back to around the time when you're making a very important decision in that relationship, there was hesitation there. That was your inner guidance going, put the brakes on.
Yeah.
And so nothing's really changed much since then. You just keep wanting it to change because it's comfortable and it's easier, and you have hope for the other person to be what you imagine them to be. But they don't believe themselves to be that. And I say this to you, and I say this to everyone who's listening. When we superimpose upon someone else who we desire them to be, and we see them as the perfection of what we desire, and stop to see who they are and admire and recognize their flaws as we have flaws, and ask ourselves, are their flaws complementary? Can I coexist with this person, knowing that these flaws are present? Is it nails on chalkboard? Is it uncomfortable? Is it agitating? Or is it just something like you can love the fact that they don't put the cap on the toothpaste? But in this case, it's more than a cap on the toothpaste.
Yeah.
It's an imbalance of emotional nature, and they have a lot of work to do. And so when one sees in someone their best qualities and do not acknowledge their qualities that are needing of some shifting, not that we're judging, just what is there, then we are selling ourselves a pie-in-the-sky dream of what the love can be. You have to recognize what some of the conflicts or obstacles could be, not to create them, but to recognize where the pitfalls may lie so that we can be in an energy of creating ways around those pitfalls through communication, through different ways of expression, through intimacy, through being truthful and doing the work. But you, my Herculean little one, cannot carry this person on your back. And they may have felt that they carried you in one way, but you were carrying them spiritually and emotionally the whole entire time of the relationship. And the proof in the pudding, again, is that we have attracted others that were a similar version to them after them.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't want to take that giant step backwards. We want to take that leap forward, Stephanie. And know that they were an integral part of your growth, and love them for that participation in the experience, and love them for who they are. But one must not wait for the other to join us because the gap is too vast. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Stephanie. Love is coming, but I see a little bit of a revolving door, and quite frankly, it's not a bad thing. You get to see what is out there for you, and you'll know a little differently. And if I were to give you a timeline, which they say you want that, oh, deep breath, honey, because after your birthday, that's when things really open up and you're in this new power. And if I were to move you into the February, March, April time of 2021, I see you flying high. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye
Thank
for now.
you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines, and we're going to continue to take some questions on Facebook. So be sure to put them in the feed. Be sure to give us the birthday, especially if you're asking about someone else as well as you. So stay with us, everyone. Do not go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Become a yoga teacher. Yoga and Wellness Studio's 200-hour online yoga teacher training program certifies you as a registered yoga teacher ready to teach from the moment you're done. Yoga and Wellness in West Palm Beach is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. For more information, visit omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Exclusive. SarahSpiritual listeners save $100. Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
And we're back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 103.9, 95.3 FM, and 96.9 FM. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. Going to pop on over to Facebook. We've got the questions piling up, and I want to say hi to everyone on Facebook, and then we're going to pop on over to YouTube. Well, see, they must be psychic. We've got a YouTube question, and here it's Laura. She says, should I take the new job or stay where I am? So let me take a look at that. The new job feels as if It looks like it's going to be easier, but something about that new job seems a little more, I'm going to use the word stressful. So when I look at the energy here for you, this is a time for you to create expansion, but it is important that you expand for a work-life balance. If it is a lateral move and does not offer you anything else, I do believe there is something better that comes for you. And during this time, if we have some more stability where we are, stay there if you can, Laura. There's another job that will come. This new job is a possibility for you, but just check the stress factor. If this is something that is not going to be simpler and better for you financially and worth the energy, we may want to wait off from that. Laura, be sure to send me a message. Let me know how this is playing out for you, and we will hold the space for you to make the best decision. Just be careful you don't set yourself into something that's even more hectic than what you've got going on. Thanks, Laura, for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question, and let's see. That's a question from Facebook. We've got April Blaney, and she says, hi, 28 weeks pregnant, and if baby is healthy, and she's also worried because her contract job ends at the end of December. Will I get another contract? Yes, April Leahy, you will get another contract. This is a good time for you to have a contract ending because it'll be a good time for you to start something new and put some things in perspective for you. I do feel that you will get another contract and rehired, and I do see here that we're going to have a healthy baby, and it's going to be a beautiful blessing. And so God bless you. Continue to stay safe in these final weeks. You're coming in for the close, my dear. So excited for you. God bless you, April, and you and your new baby. Thank you so much. We're going to go right back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Steph. Steph is in South Carolina. Steph, how are you?
That's you.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Steph. And how can we assist you today?
I'm having a little friction and a little uncertainty when it comes to my daughter.
Yes.
I was wondering if maybe you could just, tell me what my energy and, towards that angle.
Okay, Steph, what is her birthday?
A 7/14/93.
Oh, she's a little angry, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, she's got a lot of heavy, dense energy. It's interesting. Does she suffer from depression or some moodiness, please? I see a lot of that around her.
I don't know about the depression part. She doesn't really talk to me a lot, but
I see that.
Moody, probably. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like she's holding a bad vibe, a bad thought, a bad grudge. There's something that she's not letting go of, and your daughter's kind of like that. She holds on to a lot of things. Like she remembers what people did to her. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
And I feel like she's been kind of stirred up by someone else, almost like someone else kind of, I'm going to use this word, drove a wedge between the two of you. Does this make any sense to you, Steph?
It does. I don't know
a person or a situation. There's a wedge between the two of you, and it's almost like she's got from your perspective, everyone's perception is their reality. She has a warped perception of what has transpired, and I feel as if she feels like you never feel like she measures up to your standards. So there's a conflict here. There's a harshness that she's interpreting in your ability to direct. You are very direct, very strong, and you're a fair kind of person, and you need things to make sense and follow a certain routine. You're very logical. Your daughter's not quite that person. She's emotional, and she doesn't quite color in between the lines. She kind of spreads herself in a different direction. And this is going to pass, and I'm going to tell you that right now she's on my spirit guide says she's a rebel without a cause. She's just on a kind of feeling of she's just got to go do it her way. And she doesn't want the approval of others. Like she doesn't want someone else's opinion. But I feel as if, and I'm going to take you back, and I got to go back to can't do the math fast enough, but when she was 16, was there a shift or a problem in the household at that time? Because I feel like there's a falling out energy in the 15, 16, and I'm not talking just standard teenage things. That's a given. I feel like there was a shift in the household. Did we we move, or there was a difficulty in relationship around her at that time, please?
Her father passed away, and she was in a relationship that I did not approve of.
Okay. She's holding on to all of that. So you see, Spirit takes me right back to the approximate time, and that's what she's holding on to. So she has to heal the loss of her father and the fact that she doesn't measure up to what you feel your standards are. And I'm not saying that you were wrong to think that that wasn't the right vibrational match for your daughter, but she felt like she didn't have a say in it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So time heals those wounds, Steph. Steph, how did you hear about the show? How did you find us?
A friend of mine, she thinks of you very highly, and she referred me, and she thinks that, you know, you're it. You know, you've got some great advice and some great energy.
Yeah. And I tell her, I said, thank you so much for feeling that way. I really appreciate it. I do my best to be of service. Stephanie, for you, I have to tell you that this is a really important time for you to expand yourself and make new connections. And something about business opportunities. Is there a business or something that you're looking to advance in career or business at this time?
I just got hired at a new job. I was furloughed due to the, you know, whole pandemic thing.
Yes.
And so I just started a new job. I'm enjoying it, and I like it.
It's going to be a good...
Will this be...
It's a good stepping stone for you. Whether it's a stepping stone within the organization or a stepping stone, but it's network, connect. You know, we're there to work, yes, but just kind of keep your ears and eyes open, because I feel like something good is going to come from this shift. And the furlough gave you a reason to make a change that maybe you might not have made had this all not happened. You know, underneath the surface, there's always something good that can come out of it when we are open and receptive to that. Your daughter needs time to heal. And truly the loss of her father is this bittersweet energy for her. And she's holding a grudge. So mending fences will be difficult, but just know that if you send her as much love as possible energetically, she'll soften. She has a cutting edge of anger to her naturally. That's her personality.
Mm-hmm.
And so she kind of came out a little feisty. So we got to let her settle down and really understand what it is to live life and to go through some of these challenges. And she will learn. She's a good girl. And you raised her well to the best of your ability. But now you have to give her the opportunity to fly. And she'll learn that being demanding and obstinate may not always be the way to get what you want. Let her learn that lesson. And hold the vision that she always stays safe. You've done well with her. She just doesn't interpret your black or white kind of way of thinking, and she thinks you should have been riding the gray area more than you did. Tell me a child that doesn't feel that way. It's the loss of the father, and whatever occurred between you all in that early years of 15, 16, and that boyfriend, that left a taste for her that she's got to come to terms with. I hope I've been of service to you, and if you'd like to explore this and some things in your life personally, visit my website. Perhaps we can have a private conversation about this a little further. That's not quite on national radio.
I appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have filled a lot of void at this moment.
Good. Glad to be of service. Stay well. Sending you love. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
And we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to come right back to the phone lines and back to our friends on Facebook. Matter of fact, while we're on break, I'm going to pop onto Facebook and get some questions answered while we're on break. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that bright
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
Take my hand and walk with me so we can go where we'll be free and we will see the world differently, where one heart can go. Look beyond the years gone by and all the pain that passed us by, and we will be together, you and I. And when you look out to the sky, remember love can pass you by, and it's time to look behind the years you lost. Everyone has a story. Everyone feels the pain. Everyone has been hurt before, but love can be the open door. So look at me now and open up and let the words come sure enough that you can feel just what you want to say to me, and let the day take us where we want it to be, so that we can see a way to go from here. We have all had the time to make amends for wrongs of time, but now's the time to go and open love's door forever, and open it to see a world differently, so we will be.
As we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life, a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 103.9 and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation. And we've got quite the conversation going on Facebook. I do hope you join us in our Facebook feed. And we're going to take another question from Facebook. Let's see who we have here in our Facebook feed. Sheila Duet Swinson. She says, "Hey, Sarah, been talking to an old boyfriend." He's not that old, but okay, I know what you mean. He messages me often. We were in love but broke up. Any ideas? You know what? I feel as if he's starting to reconnect with you because he is looking to recapture that energy. But what you want to take a notice of is what made the relationship fall apart and what didn't really sync with you. Because as I see this energy, I am aware that this relationship is going to be a little bit more of what you had before. He's really looking to pick up that old flame. Have the conversation and message and see if you feel that there's a space in your heart for him that will let you know that things are in a better place. But I have a feeling that it's going to peter out. So entertain the energy and see how you feel. What's more important is how you feel about this relationship. I know you were in love, but let's take a look at why we broke up. Breaking up's hard to do, as Neil Sedaka would say. So we're going to take another question from Facebook. Who else do we have here? Nicola Brockaway. When will I be happy and find love again? Love will come, and love will actually be in this really powerful energy for you as you're on this beautiful journey of your soul. And your soul is prompting you to meet the right people and have the right opportunities. And as you're having all these new opportunities in your life, you're going to come across meeting someone in the very short time of feels like less than 6 months. I know there's a little restrictions because of the pandemic, but I want you to just trust that things are going to come together in the perfect time. Thank you so much, Nicola Brockaway, for your Facebook question. You know, we've got some events coming up. They might be online. They're not at my center, but let's take a look and see what we've got coming up on the 22nd of this September. Can you believe we're heading into the 22nd of September? Before you know it, we have a forgiveness class. Now, if there was ever a class I've taught, this is the most important class that we could ever teach. Learning how to release and let go of things that no longer serve us. Learning to forgive ourselves for our choices and things that we've done that were not in our highest good. And learning to forgive ourselves for participating in something with someone else that was not something that was for us, but we still held on to something for whatever reason. Well, my dear, this is a time for all of us to really look inside our heart and let go of things that don't serve us and to forgive ourselves and others. Because when we forgive someone, we don't set them free, we set ourselves free to have new opportunities and a new experience. So thank you, everyone. I do hope you join us for our forgiveness class. And the class is only 11, and you can find it at SarahSpiritual.com. I do hope you join us September 22nd. Let's forgive and set ourselves free. And we've got a big opportunity of a class coming up with the Archangel Michael. And this Archangel Michael celebration, ceremony, and class, all rolled up into one, is on September 29th. And I do hope you join us for that fabulous class. We are going to be learning about the powers and the connection with Archangel Michael. We are going to have a fabulous ceremony. And we are going to celebrate the power of the angels. Normally, we would have a fabulous big celebration with 300 plus people at our center in West Palm Beach, but we're going to do it online. And I hope you join us. That class 2 is only 11. Sign up now because we can't wait to have you all join us at SarahSpiritual.com. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to really having a fun time and opening up the energy of the angels with all of you so we can clear some of this stuff that's going on across the country, across the world. And we're going to go right back to the phone lines. Let's see, who do we have? I've got to go to Jan. Jan is in Orlando. Jan, how are you?
I'm doing well. You sound wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Really enjoyed listening to you.
Thank you, Jan. Is this your first time calling?
It is my very first time calling.
Welcome. How did you hear about us?
I was just scrolling, and I saw you talking, and I saw the responses, and I thought, oh, I got to hear this person.
Oh,
so
thank
it's
you.
just been wonderful.
Thank you. Glad to make this connection with you. And Jan, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that we got to wipe the slate clean. We've got a new beginning. I got a new attitude. It's really time for you to kind of clean. And I mean more than a spring clean, fall cleanup. I mean whitewash the walls and start all over again. You see, last year seemed like a bit of a roller coaster to me. I actually go into 28, into 2019, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. And now it's time for you to step into what empowers you, how you can carve a new pathway for yourself. And when
I'm ready.
I look at career, I look at finances, I look at abundant living, and I feel like there's a shift that has to happen. It's like, how do we get ready for the second half of our life? And gosh darn it, enjoy it.
That's right.
Because you've, done all you can do for everybody else. And it's time to put the bags off by the shoreline and say, you all handle it. I'm going to the beach. Because it's your time, Jan. And I feel as if there's some budding creativity that is around you. There's
I'm a
connections.
musician.
Yes.
And I sing and play in a band.
Beautiful. So this is where
We're
we want
starting to play out again. So
Wonderful.
It's been challenging.
It has been challenging. And as a musician, this creativity is ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for you to really tune in. And this lockdown gave you a break. I know it's not always good for the finances, but it gave you a break, gave you this ability to feel that creative juice inside of you again. And do you write? Because I see them showing a pen and paper. Is there some journaling or writing going on, please?
I write music.
Perfect.
The boys write the music, and then I write the words. So we've worked out a balance, a very good balance.
Very good balance. And when I spin you into the 2021 time, we know it's going to be a little spotty in the end of this year, right? So we're going to have to just sit, have a cup of tea and go, it'll pass, but it'll be all right.
Yeah.
But when I move you into the energy of around the time of your birthday, but the March month, the third month, they give me the number 3, that's when things start to build this really good momentum, and you've learned different ways to connect with people and with audiences and different ways to promote yourself. So this reset for you, for your band, has been very phenomenal. And it's going to give you a kind of a jump up in a way, thinking outside of the box in the creativity, being open to a different way of expression. And really writing some really great music is what is going to come of all this. And I feel as if the voice for you has opened up tremendously, like the sound, the tone. It's almost as if you've kind of developed a new kind of sound in some of your quiet practicing that you've done. Is this true?
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
So I see this.
Yeah, I do that as well as I'm waiting for some finances to come through so I can do my healing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I see that energy, we call in the energy of Archangel Raphael to assist you in that as well. And you're looking to work and be of service to others as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to use your sound as part of the healing as well. Is this also true?
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful thing it's going to be for you. And while we're writing music, don't be so hesitant to write down some ideas write down some methodologies, write down some ways that perhaps may become a book for you in the future of sound and the power of sound and healing to the human body. And not necessarily from the most scientific point of view, but from an energy point of view. Something that would be very powerful for you.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That'd be fun.
Yes. Was there a question that you had for me, Jan?
I'm ready to have
love
a partner.
I know.
I'm ready.
When I spin you into 2021, towards the mid to end of 2021, that's when the energy gets very ripe for that. And that's where I feel as if we're going to move ourselves in that direction, and we step into this wonderful power, empowerment energy, unconditional love energy, as we really are fully rooted in 2022. So whomever we meet, whether there's someone who's passing by first, but there is a connection that leads to something that has this energy of permanency and commitment. And that seems to come to the forefront of this 2022 time. So you're about a little less than a year and a half away from really kind of knowing who it is and feeling it, and it all playing out for you.
Ooh. So I got some time to work on losing weight.
Well, I guess, but in the end, that's not supposed to be the deal breaker there. But if that makes you feel get better and float your boat, then you go for it, girl.
I've been lazy. What can I say?
Well, the pandemic did that to everybody, right? So,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. But Jan, I trust I've been of service to you.
Thank you so very, very much. It's been very enjoyable, and it's wonderful hearing somebody who is so gifted with your abilities, and thank you for sharing.
My pleasure. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and stay in touch. Look forward to hearing some of your music. Be sure to send me a snippet. Thank you.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to pull a question from Facebook. Let's see who we have on our Facebook, and we'll just flip into the next Facebook question there. Perfect. Tiffany Stone says, ready for change. Feel it coming. She's like, Tiffany Stone's like, something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be great. We got Tiffany Stone, and she knows something good is coming, and she's seeking some guidance. So how do I know if it's the right time? How do I know if that's something great that I've been waiting for? This is what she's asking. And Tiffany Stone, the way I see this energy for you is, first of all hands on deck. This is the time where there's new openings, and there'll be a new opportunity coming for you. This opportunity opens the doors of new possibilities having to do with finances and career, something to be with work orientated, and that opens up the door to new relationships and connections with people. It's almost like one door leads to the next door, and then everything kind of comes together. Look for some great, solid feelings of all this being in this, firmly planted in the energy of April of 2021. So it's a little bit of a journey, but something's coming. You're going to get some evidence and some heads up from your angels that they are with you, because they've been talking to you. Everybody's talking to you, and you don't hear a word they're saying, but your angels are knocking on your door. And I want you to know the angels are with you, and they're going to hold the vibration for you for manifestation. So write down, what 3 things does Tiffany Stone want to create? Because Tiffany Stone, something good is coming. And look for a shift and change in that career, financial wellness, and then all bets are off, because great things are coming. Thanks, Tiffany, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another question from Facebook before we go right back to the phone lines. And Holly Costanza Donaldson says, hey, when are all these big changes coming into my life? I can feel it coming. You know what? There is something in the energy, and I think it has to do with all these planets a shifting and a changing, and some are going backwards and some are going forwards. And, some of the planets having to do with communication and the natural order of your life, your Venus, your Mercury, they're, thank God, in a good place right now. Of course, Mercury goes retrograde in just a few weeks, so hold on to your hats, everyone. But at this time, it's a time for us to seize the moment. Carpe diem. It's time for us to grab a hold of what it is we feel like we want and begin to manifest and look for evidence for it appearing in different locations in different ways in areas of our life. And I will tell you, Holly Costanza Donaldson, that financial wellness, something with work coming for you connected in your family, is very important for you. because I feel like finally we have a breakthrough, a financial breakthrough that brings you this sense of, oh, I can breathe now. And this is what I see coming for you, Holly Costanza Donaldson. And we're going to go right back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Lana, and Lana is in Oklahoma. Lana, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing well. And how's it all figuring out here for you in this journey of life that you've been navigating?
Well, I applied for a local job for one position at a business, and I've been trying to, today and even last night, reapplying for another position, only it's not going through on my computer.
Okay.
And, it's a perfect job, 6 hours a day, benefits, and I think it would be fun. Plus, it gets me out of the house, and...
Look to try to do it again later on tonight. I feel like there's a problem in the system. I don't know if it's not going through on your computer as much as I think it's a problem with them, unless the computer is recognizing your email address and saying, well, you already applied, not knowing that you already only applied for one job, but now we're applying for something different. Yes?
Yeah, I applied for it's the same. At the same business, they had a job for supervisor, which I applied for.
Yes.
And then I'm applying for a barista position.
So what I'm saying is it's possible that the technology is recognizing your email and kind of saying, oh, we did that already. And even though you're like, no, that's a different job I applied for. So my suggestion to you is to give it a chance to kind of reset. When did you apply for that other job?
Last night.
Okay. Give it 24 hours and try to apply for the newer job, the one that you want, tomorrow. See how that goes. Because I do feel like it should be able to go through. And there must be a place to ask a question if you're having a problem with technology. There must be a help desk or something connected to that. So just send an email and contact them. I'm sure they'll be able to help you if you don't get through tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right. Very exciting. Yes.
Yes, and I had one other question.
Yes.
Do my guides and angels have any suggestions for creative outlook or expressions for me?
Well, you're trying to get yourself on track for life right now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And what they show me here is something that occupies your mind, something that's creative that you can create and have a result from it, but it keeps you busy. That's their suggestion for you. So I'm just going to say something off the top of the vibe that I get. It's like if you were to get some beads and sit there and bead a bracelet or something, or something that has a meaning, something that you can see, you can appreciate, but something that's kind of takes up some time and allows your mind to just focus on that so you can still your mind. Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Lana, for your question. Greatly appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines. We got people on hold. We're going to go back to Facebook, back to YouTube. Pop your questions in the feed. Let's have your comments. I'm going to be inside Facebook answering some more questions while we go on break. So stay with us, everyone. Do not go away, because we're going to be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me.
Yoga and Wellness Studios in West Palm Beach offers classes for beginners to experts. Yoga aligns you with your inner peace, balances your energy, reduces stress, and promotes a sense of well-being. Yoga and Wellness is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. Learn more at omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Mention Sarah Spiritual and save 50% on your first class. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its soul.
Every soul's got its story. What's your story? Well, we want to find that out right here on WWNN 1470 AM 95.3 FM, 103.9 FM, and 96.9. We are answering your questions all across the nation and because of Facebook and YouTube, all across the world. So happy to be connecting with all of you. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah if you're just joining us. And, well, we're on 11 and a half years of answering questions. And just got a reminder that Sarah Spiritual, the company, the creation of the Sarah Spiritual brand, that's 14 years old. I needed LinkedIn to remind me, like, yay, you've got an anniversary. So we're coming up on some really powerful anniversaries. We celebrated our 11-year anniversary, our 550th live show. Don't know what the show count is now, but a couple more after that. So we are really enjoying engaging with all of you and navigating some difficult times, as we talked about in the beginning of our opening hour. And be sure to catch us this Sunday at 5:05 p.m. on our Facebook Live show. We've got our Sunday Fun Day. And we are in the energy of connecting with all of you live on Facebook and on YouTube. There's no radio to that, but we do hope you join us for our live show. And we've got to go to our Facebook and YouTube. We've got some questions brewing here. Tried to answer a couple on the break, but let's see what we've got going on. Angela says, Sarah, my mom's cat, Rico, I have a cat named Cleopatra. Let's see, what's going on? Has not been eating for 2 weeks. You have to be very worried about that, and I can see why. Do I know what's wrong with him? I do feel that there's something in the body that's kind of starting to shut down here in the digestive system. And I do think if you haven't taken him to the vet, it's really important that we do take him to the vet. Something in the digestive tract seems off with your cat. And I'm actually feeling as if the energy is really out of sync in the stomach. I just can't put my finger on what it might be. I'm not a vet, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like it's time to see if we can put the cat on some kind of intravenous, something to kind of rejuvenate the cat, make sure the cat is drinking water. I know how that happened to me when my cat Pepper wasn't feeling well, and Pepper had stopped eating for a little period of time. So with the right guidance and the right nutrients, this can pass. Do take it to the vet, Angela. I do feel that it can be leading to something very serious. So keep an eye on this, and please keep me posted. Send me a message. We all know I love my pets and I love cats. So thank you, Angela, for that Facebook question. So YouTube question. Let's go to Facebook and pull a question from our Facebook. Danielle Thomas, she says, hey, Sarah, wanted to know if any big changes were headed my way. I think we all are ready for change. Could we just close the curtain on 2020 a little early and start the 2021? That would be so great. She says, love and light to everyone on the way. Danielle Thomas says, I know something big is coming. And the way I see this for you, Danielle Thomas, is when I look at your birthday and I feel the energy and the vibe around you. It's really interesting because this energy is taking me to a time of great expansion. And I feel like you're ready to expand to new horizons as far as your connectivity with your angels and your guides. I really feel like spiritually you've been amped up, ramped up, and really on a good path. Daniel Thomas, trust that something magnificent is coming for you because you are in this really high vibe of love and light. And look for the universe to have a surprise for you. So if you feel that prompting, that feeling like I want to go buy a scratch off or I want to do something different, I think they're going to have a nice surprise for you, Daniel Thomas. You keep us posted, and thank you so much. I know you're usually in our feed. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. We're going to go right back to the phone lines, 888-565-1470. We've got quite a few phone calls in the queue. Just trying to keep up here. I've got to go to Sonia, and Sonia's in Orlando. Sonia, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Sonia. Great to connect with you. And what's your question for me?
Well, I want to know what the angels have to tell me because I feel like I had 3 dreams, one behind the other. One was with my mother.
With your loved ones on the other side, is that correct?
My brother and my ex-fiancé, my daughter's father. And I feel like they're trying to tell me something, but I don't understand.
Well, first of all, they want you to know that they're with you, all right, through this very difficult time. And there's a shift coming for you in career or advancement in work. Are you aware of that, please?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Okay. There's some shift for finances coming for you. Has to do with work, career. So something new is going to pop up for you. Look for that. First person who comes through is a man. And the minute you start talking to me, there's a man who's connected to you who's passed. And I do believe that this is the energy of your ex-fiancé, yes? And that passing was not too long ago. Is that correct? He was the last to pass, yes?
Yes, about 4 years ago or 5.
And you said your mother, yes? Mother energy, please? Yes? Okay.
My mother, correct.
And mother went first, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're kind of showing me their pecking order. Your mother, your father, and your fiancé, yes? But it kind of went like 1, 2, and 3 is how they break it for me, yes?
Okay.
Okay. So they're letting you know that they are with you. And there's something about female energy here on Earth. There's a daughter energy. You have a daughter, please?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
And she's getting ready to make some plans or changes of some type in her life right now because this is what I'm seeing, some changes around her, yes? Something to do with a personal relationship or something in that energy, yes?
She's too little. She's only 11.
So is there a personal, so it may not be a love relationship, but there's a personal relationship that she's making some changes with here, because there's something personally going on with her that she's getting ready to make some changes.
Yeah, she's growing and she is going into some changes, yes.
And she's not necessarily comfortable with them besides what's going on with the pandemic, yes?
Correct.
Okay. And there's some nudging, some prodding, some listening that needs to be done with her, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Cindy?
And, well, yes, and some of it is age-related, and I can relate to that. But they're letting you know that there's something going on with her that needs to be paid a little more attention. There's something that, and this is not a fearful statement, there's something that you're missing. There's something that she's not articulating. There's something that she's missing in a way of loss or disconnect. It seems like she's shut down a bit. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you don't want to be around people.
Yes. And this shutting down is, they're kind of letting you know, hey, something's up, right? But I feel like she's, there's this energy. And for such a little girl, it makes me feel, and she actually reads a lot older than 11, I got to tell you. She's wise beyond her years. And she's like an old lady in a little girl body. That's the best way I could describe her. And
you're right. I always tell her she has an old soul.
She has an old soul, and she gets a little crotchety. And I got to tell you that she's feeling a little hopeless, like what is there really to look forward to? And this pandemic really did send her over the edge as well, right? And I feel like there's an anxiety, a fear, and I feel as if she's very sensitive to energy. And I'm talking about people's energy and spiritual energy. And, you know, I feel like they're coming not so much to warn you, but to let you know that they're with you and support. What is that? You have your mother's ring or your parents' wedding rings or something? What is this, please? She's showing me a ring.
Yes, I have a ring of hers that says Andrea.
Okay. And what is that? And then there's something that you're keeping on the side for your daughter, or that your mom wanted you to keep for your children, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because she's like making sure that we give that to your daughter. Okay. She says thank you.
Okay.
There was something you did for her before she passed. Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay, you cared for her. Yes.
Took care of her,
yes. Yes. So she says thank you.
Oh, I would do it over if I could.
She's with you, honey. She's with you. Your daughter needs someone to talk to, and you may not be the person to talk to her. And I also feel like there's a little bit of fear when she goes to sleep at night. Does that make any sense to you? She's having trouble sleeping.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Sonia, have you ever cleared out your house or sprayed out your house? I make some spectacular sprays. Sometimes we need to kind of clear the energy, make it a little more conducive for sleep. I feel like the minute she goes in her room, her mind starts racing and she just can't settle in.
Yes. Like she's tired, but then all of a sudden she wakes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's still 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I don't understand.
Yeah, we need to shift the energy in her room. Have you ever done like a clear out of your energy with some incense and some charcoal and some incense? Have you ever done that, Sonia?
Yeah, I have those things available, but I didn't have that metal thing to put it all in, and I don't know how to exactly go and do it myself.
You take an old pot, you put a little of aluminum foil on the bottom, you light the charcoal, you throw some resin on it, and you start at the back of the house and burn, baby, burn. You need to clear out your house. The back of the house all the way to the front. So start at one corner in the back and work your way through. Pay attention in her room. And then I have a spray that really helps the kids rest. It's our guardian angel spray.
Okay.
And you can mist her bed before it. You can also put a salt lamp in her room. You could put some kosher salt with some water, put a couple of crystals, do some things to shift up that energy to kind of do that. But she does need someone to talk to. And I feel like she almost spiritually sees someone. So she may be seeing your ex-fiancé, or she may be seeing your mother or your dad in the room, or feeling that energy and not knowing how to articulate that as well.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
I have to talk to her about that, yes.
Yes. Yes, be very open with her.
Yeah, I keep dreaming with them, and to me it was like, and I know they're gone. I know they're not alive, and it's like, what are you doing here?
Well, they're letting you know that they're with you. And I have to go to, just bear with me 1 minute, because they're taking me somewhere, and I have to see where they're going to take me. Okay, so when I go to the energy, there is someone, it almost feels like an aunt energy, there is someone who's not well who may be getting ready to pass soon too, connected to the family. You're aware of this, please?
I just had a brother that passed away a month ago.
Okay. There's a female.
I know everybody is elderly and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that one of my aunts maybe.
Yes, an aunt is going to pass.
And her time is coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's weird because I had told my fiance, there's going to be 3 deaths this year, and like I said, in the family, 3 deaths, one behind the other. My sister, my niece, and my brother,
and your brother. Yeah.
Mhm. It's like too much. I don't know. It's like bad energy or something.
Well, if I could say this, let me say this to you, because there's a lot of souls whose contract is they're just not here for the rest of what's to come, and their energy is clearing out because this is as far as their contract went. They did not want to be here. This is a part of a choice of an exodus of souls at this time. And it may be under the guise of disease and pandemics and cancer and things. But if you notice, there's a lot of souls passing all at once. And we all have been reincarnated in certain groups. And these pods of groups are all leaving around the same time. And there's for those who had contracts with each other, and leaving those of us who are still here to carry the light and to navigate life or care for others in the physical form, they're leaving us here. Some of us are kind of like, take us with you, take us to the leader. We want to know. But they're leaving you here to care for those that are here. But there's an aunt who's going to pass, okay? And she's connected to mom's side of the family, please, yes?
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I trust I've been of help to you, Sonia. We've connected before, yes? Haven't we?
Yeah, I definitely need to have a talk with you.
Okay, let's do a session. Go to my website, SarahSpiritual.com, and then we'll do a phone session. I look forward to connecting again with you. Thank you so much.
All
right, bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got quite the traveling to do on our wonderful call, so stay with us, everyone. Do not go away, because we're going to be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Become a yoga teacher. Om Yoga and Wellness Studio's 200-hour online yoga teacher training program certifies you as a registered yoga teacher ready to teach from the moment you're done. Om Yoga and Wellness in West Palm Beach is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. For more information, visit omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Exclusive. Sarah Spiritual listeners save $100. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Every soul's got its story, and we are connecting to your story right here all across the nation at 888-565-1470. I've got to go to Carrie. Carrie, how are you tonight? Good to connect with you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon or good evening. Yes, how are you doing?
Good. I've gotten to connect with you a couple times before, so I'm excited I get to again.
Wonderful.
I had a question.
Okay, what's your burning question here?
So I've been evolving a lot spiritually. I actually took a couple of classes, but kind of getting into my soul's purpose. So spiritually, I've had a lot of insight to support my journey. But in the physical, I've kind of been going through like a lot of, transformation and chaos necessarily. So I'm just trying to see if there's like any guidance, maybe from my angels or guides on home life, more like root chakra, like finances, job, all of that. I want to move.
You're getting ready, Carrie, you're getting ready to put your foot upon a path, designing a new career for yourself.
Okay.
There's stagnation, there's blockages in feeling stable, feeling satisfied. Your creative energy is blocked. You're not feeling as if you can effectively communicate in where you currently work. We're just not feeling financially supported. And the flow is making you question, here we go, here's the question. Did I make all the right choices in preparing myself for career? And maybe I need to look at something a little different. And the universe is nudging you to look at perhaps a different aspect of your career, a different way of projecting yourself in that career, articulating yourself. There's a new way for you. And when you look at career for 2021, we are looking for something that allows you to multitask, be creative, feel like there's a meaning and a purpose behind it besides getting a paycheck. Thank you for the paycheck. But I want to know that I leave a blueprint and energy of something that kind of says I feel fulfilled and I made a difference in someone else's life. So these are things that the universe is kind of calibrating you for so that you can feel connected to that and you can feel as if you are living your life with purpose. And then there's a deep soul dive that you do in 2022. Like, girl, you're going under to the real meaning of who you've come to be. And when I look at the energy of who you've come to be, there's a great creator in you, but there's a great leader in you. And you've come to be a leader in this world. And you've come to lead. They're giving me a big word, so I'm going to say it. You've come to lead a movement of change, and this is what your angels are preparing you for. Now, whether it's just to shift people's consciousness in a particular way or a massive movement, that will be revealed to you over time, and that'll spin me out about 15 years from now. So you're getting ready for that.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Have a movement?
Well, I mean, what I do on the side of my regular job, I work for a metaphysical holistic shop, but I do readings and things like that, but bridging consciousness, the spiritual gap.
Right.
But I don't really have the sacred space right now to propel me in that. So I guess I'm trying to figure out how to put that together.
That's going to change. It's going to change. Okay. Feeling stuck, feeling trapped, but this too will pass. But it's a good place for you to be right now because it's teaching you to balance both worlds, to stay connected in spirit and deal with the physical world, which can sometimes be, quite frankly, annoying. This is how you move yourself. This is how you learn to move forward. I feel like the metaphysical shop is a good place for you, and you're going to just branch out in a different area of your career because of that. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to leave today or tomorrow, but it is time to make a change. And the change is bigger, better, more diversified. A different energy comes from all this. And as you move yourself, I also see a lot of energy of crystals around you. I see a lot of energy of connection to the presence of the master teachers. So I feel like there's a strong guidance moving you forward. And there's a need for separation so that you have your own. This is where they go to my voice and they go to my throat chakra, communication. You need to have your own voice and your own identity. And I feel like there's too many chefs stirring the soup that is Carrie. And Carrie needs to pop out and do what Carrie needs to do for herself. Yes?
Got it. I also had a grandmother pass yesterday, so if anything comes up from that.
At this time, a little too soon to make that connection, except I would say sorry for the loss. Know that she is in transition. Nothing pops up from that at this moment to establish a secure connection with her. But in her transition, just remember to, of course, light a candle, give her energy of light and love, and she will come to you in a dream. I know she will, to give you that kiss on the cheek that you need to have from her.
Well, thank you. This is very insightful, so I appreciate it.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you for following the show and connecting with me again. Greatly appreciate it. I look forward to future connections with you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
888-565-1470. We're going to pull another question from Facebook here. They're popping up the questions for me, and we're going to keep moving the questions here. And we've got our Baby Cakes Love. I love that name. Baby Cakes Love. She's like, help me, Sarah. Help me, Sarah. Oh, Lord, help me. She put this question up quite a few times. So, Baby Cakes Love, thank you for your persistence in this. We want you to know that Spirit's message is, I know you need a job, and you will find a job. You will be okay. There is going to be an opportunity for work, and I know things are a little tight where you are, and so there's not as many opportunities, but I do feel that there's a connection in an office that's going to be made for you. Look for some work to come. I really see it in October, so be sure to cross your T's and dot your I's because Mercury will be retrograde in that time, Baby Cakes Love, and I want you to know that it's an important time for you to be careful with your words, especially during the interview process. Thank you, Baby Cakes Love. Work is coming for you. Hang on. I know it's been a tough go-around. And who else do we have here on our Facebook page? Brandy Trujillo. Will I ever find peace in my life? Brandy, you are actually on this wonderful journey, even though it doesn't feel that way. But this is a journey of your personal power and learning to love yourself. And I feel as if the disconnect that you have had in your life from early childhood has really made you uncertain as to who you are and really attracted a lot of tumultuous, dramatic experiences. But peace is coming because as you learn to love yourself, forgive yourself, and allow new beginnings to come, you have to come from a place of self-love to attract those who will respect and honor you. Brandy, there is peace that comes to you. It'll be at your direction, so set your intention on it and be gentler with yourself. You can tend to be a little hard on yourself. Thank you so much, Brandy, for your Facebook question. I'm going to go to Coral Springs. I've got Sella on the line. Sella, how are you doing tonight?
Fine, thank you so much for taking my call.
Oh, wonderful to connect with you.
My question is, I am late in life, and for the first time, I'm going to buy a place to live. And I'm wondering if I'm choosing the right place, if I'll be sorry, if I'm making the right move. I wonder if you have any insight about that.
I do. Do you have an address? There's a particular place you like. Is there a number to the address? I don't need the exact address, just the number to the place.
It's the street number is 2402.
Okay.
And the unit number is F as in Frank 3.
Okay, bear with me 1 minute while I take a look and see here. And it's F243, is that what you said?
No, the street number is 2402.
And the unit is F?
Is F3.
3, okay. See, that's a beautiful number for you. That 3 is a beautiful number for you. We are on the bottom floor of that, please?
It would be the third floor. That's what the 3 is.
That's the third floor, okay. What spirit didn't want is someone above you, so are you at the top?
No, I didn't want to be at the top floor. I've always been on the top floor, but I didn't want to be this time.
Okay. Just, are you feeling comfortable with who's around you there? That's the only thing. Spirit says you're very particular about the energies of people who are around you. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you're very intuitive and sensitive.
There.
Yes, I know. Can we spy? Can we just snoop around?
Please.
But it seems to be a kind of a mellow development. Is that also correct? It's kind of a little more low key. Is that true? Yes.
It's an over 55 community.
I see it kind of low key. I don't see it too happening and crazy, right? That's what the spirit shows me. And I just, before they wave me off, I just want you to know, Sela, that the way I see this energy is that I feel like the price and the rates are right and sustainable for you, yes?
I hope so.
I see that. I see that energy. And I feel as if there's an interest rate that's a good rate for you at this time.
The interest rate is good, but I'm 66, and when I retire, I'll be even living on even half of what I make now.
Okay.
I just didn't know, like, if I'm going to get in there and then as the owner be overwhelmed with expenses of things that need to be replaced and are going to break down, and
I understand
I'm going to have
that.
crazy neighbors, or
the crazy numbers, right? That's the part that's really going to be worse than a washing machine breaking down. That you can handle. But I say this to you, Sela. Talk to your angels. Ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Raphael, the 4 archangels, to assist you in a smooth transition. If anything gives you a bump in the road and you get that feeling in your stomach because you're highly intuitive, then you just back down. Okay?
My thing is that I'm so nervous about this that I can't separate my own
yes, I know that feeling. Yes, I understand
my intuition. But I lost my spouse, my soulmate, some years ago, and I just, doing things so independently, I just feel so lost. I feel a very high level of disconnect. I don't know if that will ever change or I'll ever reconnect with somebody, but
you will. I do see that. They're waving me off, Sela, for the show, but I do continue this conversation with me on Facebook, if you will. I know I saw your question in the feed, yes? Continue the conversation with me on Facebook, but for now, I've got to bid you farewell because they're closing the show. It is a good place to live. You do the numbers and trust the divine will put it in order if it's meant to be. All right?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for following the show. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. Write the number down. I hope to connect with you next week here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. As always, it's been an honor to connect and talk to the heavens, give you messages from your angels, your guides, and your loved ones. We hope you all stay well and honor yourselves and know that this too shall pass and that you have the power to overcome anything because you are surrounded by your angels, your guides, and of course, God. Thank you. Be well. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Down upon me.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsor